How you doing, YouTube? Matt Nessa Beer Reviews back with a little bit of little Martha Stewart Treehouse jams up in this piece in the form of homemade. This be... I had to burp real quick, sorry. This be a homemade is an Imperial milk stout, made with chocolate fudge, walnuts, and a hint of maple syrup. It pours a silky black in a glass with a dense marshmallow-like head. We taste and smell milk chocolate-covered walnuts, and maple walnut truffles. Yum. It calls to mind a confection you might find at a back road general store. A decadent smile introducing concoction. Indeed. 9.6%. Trillium Brewing Company, Charlton, Massachusetts. Yeah, this comes courtesy of my boy Steven. He hand-delivered some beers. We're going to drink them. Yeah, motor oil, son. God damn, that's dark. Yeah. Wow, that's a dark beer. Label-wise, I mean, it continues Treehouse's departure from their kind of logo and not getting too frilly. I mean, they've always kind of dipped out of that, more specifically in the kind of Curiosity series, but now on their non-Curiosity stuff, they tend to get a little bit kind of more graphical, and I kind of like it. We're perfectly honest with you. So I dig on a label. I mean, it just looks like, looks like a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, maple syrup, and chocolate, and all kinds of fun stuff. Beer-wise, that'd be dark. Yeah. Dark. Dark as dark could be. I mean, he talked about, what did they talk about, the colored head on this one? With a decadent marshmallow-like head. That doesn't look like any marshmallow I've ever seen in my life. That kind of looks like... I mean, that's like chocolate Cool Whip, more than anything else. Rich kind of dark head, infinitely taken back bubbles. That is dark as dark could be, motor oil based kind of beer. So yeah, let's see if we can get a nose. That smells awesome. Want to know why? I'll tell you why. Well, that's why you're here. It's not all that sweet in the nose. Now that can flip the script on the taste, but man, you're getting that kind of walnutty, nutty portion of the show. You're getting like a small peanut butter vibe from it. You're getting a nice chocolate vibe from it. You're getting like a nice kind of oaty, slightly kind of lactosey kind of vibe from it. Nothing gets overly sweet, at least in the nose. It's very reserved, kind of like an adult candy, like Score Bar-ish. In a way, it kind of presents itself. Yeah, it comes out very more peanut butter like me. What are they? Peanut butter to me, at least. I mean, they're talking about it like marshmallow, chocolate-covered walnuts, and maple walnut truffles. Truffles are very distinct. Doesn't come off anything like that for me. But it's more like a decadent kind of light, naturally sweetened kind of peanut butter vibe to it. It probably isn't going to come off in the taste like that. Probably going to be a little bit sweeter, but man, she smells like a nice kind of breakfasty / desserty stout. Let's dive in. Cheers. That's awesome. Because it didn't get too sweet, and I love you for it, Treehouse. I fucking love you for it. So, you're getting all these gobs of this rich, dark chocolate. It goes a little bit beyond your kind of baker's chocolate, but it's still a rich chocolate. Doesn't get overly sweet. You get that lactose vibe in there. That's probably the biggest sweet portion of the show here. But everything else in the beer doesn't get too heavy-handed with the sweetness, so it kind of makes sense. There is a cool nutty characteristic in there. I definitely ditched the peanut butter thing I got in the nose and go more of a generic kind of nuttiness that I typically reserve for a malt bill, but I think it really is coming from a peanut addition in here. And then there is this soft kind of somewhere between, not even somewhere between, like if you mixed honey, blackstrap molasses, and maple syrup together, you're getting that kind of vibe. So there's soft spiciness to it, something elevated beyond a maple syrup that isn't just kind of a sweet mapliness. So or maybe even watered down, I should say, rather than elevated, because maple syrup can get a little bit heavy. I think this is probably one of the best adjunct stouts that Treehouse has made for a couple of reasons. One, just viscerally, just knee-jerk, it's fucking delicious. And two, it kind of doesn't taste like a Treehouse stout. Like a lot of their beers kind of are similar, and while this shares similarities for a lot of those, it's not like a complete facsimile with just different flavors added. That's tends to be the case when it comes to a lot of Treehouse stouts. It's just not really doing it that way with this beer, and I really dig it. I mean, from how sweet it doesn't present itself, to how rich those chocolates come off, to the whole gamut of the beer to where it has those multiple levels. Again, I'm going to keep hammering it, and it doesn't get too sweet. That's what I love about it. This is absolutely delicious. Yeah, one of the better Imperial milk stouts I've had in a while. Let's just do it. Yes, it is. Is it one of the better ones? Absolutely. I just said it. It just works for me. I mean, all the adjuncts play together. They have volume to them, but they're not like too out in left field or one's too bigger than the other. It just works. Bag availability. Treehouse. It's a can. You got to go there and get it. Probably anywhere between $3 to $6 a can. I'm going to leave you with, if you like what we like this beer. If you like well-made stouts, milk stouts, breakfast stouts, pastry stouts, well-made stouts. We'll just end it where we started. This is really well-made beer. I mean, just, let's put it this way. I know a lot of people don't like confectionery stouts, whether they be breakfast or pastry, but appreciate good beer. I think that person that really doesn't like those kind of beers had this and would go, you know what? This is really good. I'm not a fan of this style, but this ends up being a really good beer. And that's where it lands for me. So there you go. Another review in the books. Thank you very much, Steven. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive. Want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of homemade right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.